Alice. And we got Patrice. Hi, Patrice. Welcome.
Stephanie. Thelma.
Oh, you're Grandma Patrice. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hi, Mary T. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Betty Gosel, good to see you. Thelma, nice to see you out there. Hi, Roberta. Alice, did I say Alice? I think I said Alice, but hello again. It looks like you guys have been having some great conversation here. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, oh, good to see everybody. Hi, Betty McSorley. I'm not sure I said hi to you. And I think I said hi to Betty Gosel, but I'm not sure, just in case. Hello, Betty Gosel. Hey, I've been rushing around here like a crazy person, but I am ready to chat with you today regarding a handful of new things, because that's what I have to show you. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. I always show up last. Well, I guess that's probably true. Although, in fairness, it is 5:01 now, and I've been on for a few seconds, so. Oh, my goodness. Yes, it's been an interesting week around here. So Brittany was very, very busy putting kits together for me this week, and she didn't have a lot of time to do listing. I said, no sweat, I'll put some more in for you. I'll just take care of that. Well, then I took Mother's Day off all day. I didn't work. That's like unprecedented. I just don't take an entire day where I don't look at the computer. I don't answer messages. I took a whole day off. I just didn't do anything. I sat around. I watched TV. I visited with my family. I laughed a lot. My sister-in-law and her husband were in town for the weekend, and we had a great time. And so it was good. It was good. And then Sunday night, out of nowhere, Bryce had already gone to bed, and my teeth were chattering, and I came down with the chills. It was so bad that I about shook the poor guy out of bed when I went to bed. I said, snuggle me, I'm cold, I'm cold. Yeah, you tell you've been married 27 years when he resists the desire to snuggle and instead goes and brings you a heat pad. What do you call those? A heat pad, right? A heat pad to get you warm. And oh my gosh, yeah. And that was just the beginning. I was down for the count all day Sunday, most of the day, all day Monday, most of the day yesterday. I caught up on my emails late last night. And yeah, I've been working a little bit on the survey today because I promised you I would have survey results today. But that might have been it, Roberta. My body might have just been saying, oh my gosh, I think you need to take a longer rest, because I certainly got that. I did not get up on Monday. I just stayed in bed the whole day. But I feel good today. I knew I was getting better when late last night, I got ravenously hungry. And I started eating everything in sight. And I thought, oh, I must be improving. Of course, along with all that hunger came a surge of energy. So I didn't get much sleep. But yeah, now I do feel good. So long and the short of it is, we don't have a lot of new products to show you for What's New Wednesday today. But I am on the mend. I feel good. And I have survey results. So we're going to start out by talking about a handful of products. And then we're going to move straight to the survey. And it might have been a chocolate attack. Patrice, you are right. That probably was it. I think it was a virus, I don't know how I got it. That's the thing. I mean, I don't go anywhere. So who knows? Who knows? Just a bug. But man, it was a knock you off your socks, to knock your socks off bug. I haven't had one like that for a while. But Yeah, I feel good now. Hello, Sharma. Yeah, I think the body knows what it wants. And yeah. So, anyway, yeah, you need better antivirus on my PC. I probably got a virus from my PC. That's right. Thank you. You guys have done a nice job of telling her that too. But yeah, wasn't that fun? Margie makes, I gotta tell you, she's not in here right now, but I gotta tell you, I'm not sure if I was supposed to laugh at the flowers falling out of the car and then getting wet and then getting run over and potentially carried in the tread of her tire. But I was watching that last night and put that video up after she and Bryce filmed it last night. And I'm surprised my family didn't tell me to shut up because I was watching it like 2 a.m. And the more she talked, the more I giggled. The more I giggled, the funnier it got. And, oh dear. Yes, you'll have to check it out, Patrice. Her sample flowers rode around in her car, then on her car for some time. Leave it to Margie. She never wastes anything. So she redeemed some of those flowers. Oh, between that and then little Miss Emma and her signing off from the unicorn, it was really cool. It was fun to watch. So be sure you check out Margie's video. Give her a thumbs up, would you? I'll put it in the newsletter today with What's Due Wednesday. I can certainly do that because I don't have a lot of other things to talk about here. Anyhow, let's talk about what I do have. These are back. If you wanted one of the cordless glue guns from SureBonder, this is the one that's got the extra little fine tip. See that? The little brass part is the end of the nozzle. You see it? Yeah, it's got a super fine tip, and it is also a battery, not a battery powered one, a cordless one. It sits in its charging station. So that's pretty cool. The charging station plugs in, but the glue gun itself is cordless. So you just rest it in its charging station as you're working. So there we go. We got that one back. This one's like the original, but it actually has a finer tip. I'm going to put my one that I've been using in my class supplies, and I'm going to take one of these. Look at the tip on this one. So this has an even finer detail tip than mine does. So we have those back, and they're now listed. So yes, mini glue sticks in both of those. We have, I've been looking at we have a few pieces of foliage dies in the store, but I've been trying to add to the foliage that we have because we're going to be making more and more flowers, as you can tell. Margie did a how to do it without the dies version yesterday, and then we did the dies version for the classic roses, and we have more flowers coming up. So it dawned on me that it might be a real advantage to find some extra foliage for you, because a lot of the flowers that we do come without foliage or very limited foliage. So I've been looking for foliage dies, and this is one that I found. This is from Elizabeth Craft, and I liked it. It had the pretty, 3 different, I guess it's got berries, 3-leaf formats, and then the little maple tree whirligiggers. I'm not sure what you call those, but they're whirligiggers to me. And to those of us who live in Oregon, that's what that is. So I thought this was kind of fun. I also thought it would be really funny in fall designs along with your maple leaves and stuff. Wouldn't that be fun? I have a fall wreath I love to do every year, and I think it would be really fun to have those little whirligiggers in the fall wreath too. And here's some more dies that I found. These are called Rounded Leaves, and they're from Dress My Craft. I gotta say, I'm really liking this stuff from Dress My Craft. I've been picking up a little bit more of that. they really have some nice things. So you can confirm why they're whirligiggers, huh, Patrice? Yep. So there's another form of leaf that I thought was just a really good all occasion kind of leaf that you could put behind almost any flowers. You call them helicopters. Okay, that works too. Oh, true, Roberta. That's fun. Yeah. So, and then here's another leaf pattern. Brittany says, "What's up with all the leaves?" Because she loves it when I buy new things, you know. And I said, we're adding to our flowers. So leaves of 3, let it be. Oh, yeah, good point. You don't want that poison oak. So here's some more little stem varieties. These are also from Dress My Craft. And we had, excuse me, we showed a mini station of sorts last week that was from Crafts to, no, that's not right. Nellie's. A magnet board for use with your stencils. Well, lo and behold, I went in to order more of the big ones, and look what I found. Here is also another version of that. This one's called the Make Art Station, just like the big one from Wendy Vici. There's a big difference in size. I think this one's 7 by 7, and I believe mine is 13 inches, the one that I use all the time. If you travel at all with your crafts or mostly make smaller cards, this is a good one. I like to make full page art sometimes, so I prefer, I think, the bigger one, but it depends on what you're going to do with it. This is a really fun one too. And this one's $14.99, and I think the big one is $22 or thereabouts. So there's a difference in price for them too. But nice tools. If you didn't get one or the other, think about this one. It's a good one. Oh, we got to show you. We got to get a little backup here, honey.
I'll say hi to Pam and Annette.
Oh, hi, Annette. And who else came in? Pam?
Pam.
Hi, Pam. And Annette. So, I do not have these in the store yet. I don't usually sell oversized parcels, but because I love you, I will do it this time. What I probably will have to do on this one is charge shipping separately. So you might just have to compare, if you decide you want one of these, compare our price and see how it stacks up. I won't be offended. Hi, June King. This is something new I just ordered for myself. And before any of you saw it and say, hey, I didn't get one of those, you didn't show me that, I will show it to you. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. It's called the a la carte. And you see all 6 of those trays? Those 6 trays this is a drying station. Now, when you're doing stuff like we're going to be doing with the Jamie Rogers stuff, and like we're going to be doing with the jelly mats, the gel mats, making other stuff, you're going to have all kinds of wet papers. Now, you'd think in a craft room this size, I would be able to find room to lay out all of my wet things to dry. The truth is, the more space you have, the more space you fill. And I don't have a place to put it. This allows me to be able to put everything vertically rather than setting it out on horizontal surfaces. And you can keep everything neat and organized and tidy while it's drying. So this is not yet available in the store. And I don't know that I'm going to put it in the store as a regular item. If you want one of these, or you want me to quote you a price for your location, email me and I will let you know what it would cost to ship to you. You are more than welcome to ship, to shop various locations. Again, as a little store, I don't get the same shipping rates as some of the others. So you're more than welcome to look. I just didn't want you to think I was holding back on a cool tool. It's big, it's heavy, shipping's going to be spendy. So
Are the trays removable?
the trays are removable. So you can remove the trays, load up your artwork one at a time, slide the trays back in, slide them back out when you want an individual tray out. They're just really cool. They're kind of like lunch trays, really. That's what they're like. And I'm very excited. I saw these and said, I have to have it. And Brittany said, no, you don't. And I said, yes, I do. She said, no, you don't. And I said, oh, you watch. You can't be here all the time to babysit me. I will have one of those. I have one of those. So, yes, you can pre-order by getting in touch with me, letting me know, and then I will arrange to ship it to you. But I just need to know how many of them, because it's too big to have sitting around in the warehouse if it's not already sold when I order it. So that's what we're doing with those, is it's a pre-order item. I think that's it, guys. That's what I have. Maybe I'll set up a pre-order listing. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll set up a pre-order listing. And you might need to give me a day or two to see about how to set that up, because I can probably set up a pre-order listing where it will calculate the shipping cost automatically and factor it in, subtracting out the base shipping cost. So I just got to think about it. I would love a direct ship from the vendor, but they won't do it. This wholesaler's not going to do it for me. In fact, neither one of them will. So it would be great otherwise. But it's from, we are memory keepers, and I don't think they're going to do it either. So anyway, I will, I'll set up a pre-order link. It might take me a day or two because I'm a little behind, but I will set that up so that if you think you might be interested, you can check it out and see what it would cost you. Okay? All right. Let's talk about survey results, because this is a topic I really, really like. You guys are just the best. Woo, hello. I was eating snacks. There's my pastry. It came sailing over at me. That says something about the state of my workstation just to my left. All right. Pam, that was a good idea. I kind of played it off, but that was a good idea. Yes, and the survey says, it's like Family Feud, isn't it? And the survey says, okay, so let me give you a few basic stats. It'll be kind of interesting when you think about it. We sent out 6,481 surveys, and 6 of them bounced. That's not particularly unusual, unfortunately. The reasons they bounce would be that somebody's email gets full, or that their AOL suddenly decides that they decide we're spam, or there's a variety of reasons. Somebody blocked us. I'm going to tell you what's going on with the winners at the end of this. 5 people unsubscribed. That's also not unusual. People just lose interest. They move on, do other things. 338 people actually opened that email. And out of the 338, 126 participated. Now, you might think that's only really just a really tiny number. That was 5.2% of the surveys we sent out, and 4 to 5% is a good response on a survey, on a general survey. So 5.2 was very, very respectable performance. 69% of you filled it out on your either a laptop or a desktop. and 25% of you filled it out on a mobile device, either a tablet or your cell phone. I think that's interesting. A lot of younger people now are on cell phones, and it just says those of us who kind of learned on a computer pretty much tend to stay on the computer. I talked to a lot of you who are working on your phones too, but it didn't surprise me at all that almost 70% of you still responded via your computer. So, how would you describe your relationship with Simply Special Crafts? 40, I'm going to do a little bit of rounding. 48% of you said you're regular customers. 44% of you said you were that you were occasional customers. So that's a good number. And 2% said, I don't know if I've shopped from Simply Special. I don't keep track of such things. 9 said they had not shopped with Simply Special. You might think that's a big number, 9 people at 7%. But the reason we get that is because we have a lot of viewers and a lot of newsletter subscribers who are actually international customers who may not be able to purchase. I have made arrangements with a handful of international customers to ship, but we don't send just single items internationally. So we have a fair number of followers who watch our videos and things because they love Hunky Dory, but they don't, the garden held me hostage. But they don't shop with us, and that's why. And almost all of those that responded that they're not customers, I looked because I could trace the answers back to individuals and found they were international customers. Live stream videos are filmed with viewers watching the video as videos filmed. Viewers have the opportunity to participate by typing comments to each other and to the presenter. Videos are filmed and put up on YouTube to present information to viewers, but are not filmed live. Have you watched Simply Special Crafts live streams and videos? The answer was 85% of the respondents said yes. 12% said no. 4% said that these may not work out to exact percentages because I'm rounding, but 4% said they're unsure. That didn't really surprise me because you know how you're working along on YouTube and it just rolls into the next video? You don't necessarily keep track of everybody you've watched. That's how come sometimes I say to you, I saw this cool thing on YouTube, but I can't necessarily tell you where I saw it. Because it rolls from video to video, and I like to credit things where I can, but I don't necessarily know who I saw it from. Let's see. Of the formats, 48% of you have watched the live streams with the chat. That was actually a pretty big percentage. 84% said that they have watched the live streams after the fact, but not chatted. The Craftigans, I think that terminology really confused people. I was trying to discuss, I was trying to say these are the videos where we're just showing you the finished cards and telling you how we made them. And that's what we do in the Craftiganza videos, because other than the ones that we pull out to do individual classes on, the Craftiganza, there's just too many of them to do, live or to do together all the cards. So I just show you what we did, or Margie and I do this last year. The short tips and tricks videos, we haven't done all that many of them, but the ones that we have done had 45% of you said you had seen. And the one that surprised me on this one, it's our newest video series, and that's What's New Wednesday. 73% of you said that you have watched What's New Wednesday. So that's kind of cool. This was an interesting question to me. I really enjoyed reading the comments. I asked, do you like the live stream formats? And about 70.5% said we like them. Yes, we like them. 5% said, nah, not for me. And 24% said somewhat. So reading the comments, because that's a very large percentage of people to say, maybe. So the comments were really interesting in that. And what I heard in some of the comments were that some people really missed having more Craftaganza style videos where people can, where you just see more cards in kind of rapid fire succession, and the videos don't last as long. Several people talked about the length of the videos. Oh my gosh. Quite a few people said, I try to sit down and watch them, and I enjoy what I see of the dialogue, or I'm just not a chatter. And, I eavesdrop sometimes, I drop in and kind of hover and watch what's going on, but the pace is not fast enough for me. There's other people who said, I find it distracting when we're crafting along and I stop. I kind of stop and then talk to you guys as opposed to continuing the project, that they found that disruptive and they'd lose their concentration. Well, you're not a lurker anymore, June King. Look at you out there hanging out with us and talking. Lurker, I knew there was a term for that, but I couldn't remember what it was. So thank you for using that term. So those were really interesting comments. That combined with some others is kind of leading to some decisions. What do you like or dislike, and what would make them better? Lots of you commented on the social aspect of this and how important this has been to you through the pandemic, to be able to have this social outlet, to be able to be part of a community. We're not stopping that. Nothing I'm saying that we're going to do means I'm going to do away with the live streams. I'm not going to do away with the live streams. We will always have this in some format, no matter what else we do, because I hear you and recognize that this format is super important to a lot of you who are regulars in this format. So we will continue to have the live stream format available. We also want to be responsive to some of those other folks as well, though. This one was a kind of a kick. This, what's the perfect number of cards to make during a live stream? It was a three-way split. Virtually all of the responses, all but 9% of the responses hit in one of three groups, and they were evenly split. It's either 3, 4, or 5 or more. But when I look at the next question, 36% of you want the videos to be shorter. So, yeah, you give me some interesting challenges in doing that. I think what I'm going to perceive is that we're going to still do live streams where we have up to 3 hours. And let me go to the hours question and finish what I was going to say. What's the perfect length for a live stream class? The biggest response is 55% of you said 2 hours is just right. 9% of you said 3 hours was just right. And 36% of you said 1 hour was just right. So what that says to me is that I need to offer a little bit more variety in the kinds of classes that we're offering. We're going to continue doing one big live stream a week. And that might be the Hunky Dory class kits, where we're doing 6 cards or 9 cards like we have the last couple of weeks. That might be the box kits. That might be a magazine. We're going to do, hi LaRue, welcome. Nice to see you there. It's good to have you with us. We're still going to do one good size 2 to 3 hour class every week. But I also, we're adding Margie Makes, and those sessions are going to be 30 minutes to an hour. So I think that's responding to the 1 hour crowd a bit. And then we're going to be adding back some more Craftaganza style videos where I'm showing you the final makes and describing to you how they were made, because I can go through a whole card kit in I can go through a whole card kit in an hour. So that I think that does a pretty good job of responding to what everybody's saying. In fact, one of the next ones, in the live stream classes, this is the other thing I kind of got a kick out of when so many people said they wanted 1 hour classes. They want me to preview the cards to be completed, review the kit contents, do Teddy Cam, review the cards completed and all the techniques learned, do show and tell for the next class. And don't skip any of it, because it's all important. Every single one of those got high marks. But do it in an hour. Sometimes you have to maintain your sense of humor when you're doing this. But I do think I am hearing what you're saying. And so I'm going to put the longest class most likely will be on either Saturday or Sunday. We need to talk about which of those 2 days is best. My cameraman's frowning at me. I think he thinks Saturday is best, but we can talk about it. Let's go on down through our questions. Let's see. I did say in the live stream class, would you prefer the current work along pace? It was a 50-50 split between the current work along pace and more of a demonstration pace. And I think, Mary, you cracked me up. He's not getting his own video channel. He has to share mine, but he is going to get some videos up. Bryce has promised to post some home videos of Teddy right here on our Simply Special webpage for me, because he is just too cute and he's done some funny things. You guys really, really need to see at least 3 videos that I can think of. Teddy the other night with his paper bag was just hysterical. It was so cute. You need to see the Teddy coming home, and I was waving at Margie's husband just walked by outside. The day we brought Teddy home, he was such a little fluff ball, and he's walking with Lauren, and it's just adorable. And you need to see when Teddy was watching Puppy Bowl on Super Bowl day. So, hi, Ruth Ann. So anyway, let's see. So the demonstration pace versus the work along pace, it was a 50-50 split. And I think that the difference between those has to be whether or not there's been time to get the class kits out to you. If I can get far enough ahead of you that you guys can have your class kits in hand, then me taking shortcuts and doing stuff off video actually, taking shortcuts and having a lot of stuff done ahead of time is going to stress you guys out who are trying to work along. But if it's a video like we have this week where nobody has their kits in hand, or like this one, the one on Saturday, nobody had their kits in hand yet, then there's no reason, or the koi fish, that's another good example. Not a single person had their kit. So there was no reason not to have somebody else help with the prep work so that we could keep the video moving along and wrap up in a shorter period of time. So I hope that makes some sense to you, that's how we're going to handle that. If there's lead time and people are planning to work along, then I'm going to continue to do all the work on camera, because that's what we have to do for people to be able to stay up and not be stressed out. But if it's a kit that I'm just demoing to you for you to watch later, then we will do it. I'll take a few shortcuts. You can pause me when you're watching me on replay and do that stuff, and then pull us back up so the videos aren't so long for you. Does that make sense? We are still going to make some, hopefully I'll stay ahead of you and you'll be able to have more kits that are actually work along, Diane. I'm really striving hard to try and get further ahead of you so that your class kits get out to you timely and that you can work right along with us. Because I like that too. I like the feeling that we're in this thing together, and that I'm not just demoing. I really enjoy the aspect of teaching, and I feel more like I'm teaching if you're working at the same time. So that's my thought on that one. Okay, let's see, live stream, we just answered that one. I probably had the most passionate response of anything to the question, would you like to see Simply Special Crafts streaming on Facebook? That was just a by the way, we might send a signal out there too. A lot of you guys perceived that it was going to be a here or there. Oh, you had some comments for me. We're never going to abandon YouTube. We are on YouTube, and we might stream to Facebook as well to kind of expand the audience. The further we get the audience expanded, the more I can put into doing the classes. I just, to make the classes financially make sense. So there's a whole bunch of people, Patrice, who feel just like you. There were some very, very strong responses from you guys about the Facebook question when you thought we might go to Facebook. Oh dear. We're never going to abandon YouTube. We're not going to abandon you. We're not going to abandon YouTube. It was just what do you think, would it be more convenient for you if we went on Facebook? No. No. Okay. All right. What would be the best number of live streams to have per week? Basically, you said 2. That was the winner. One was that there was 32% of you that said 1 was fine. There were 4, right at 50%, rounds to 50%, who said 2 was the right number. And there were 14% who said 3. And there were 5 of you out there who want me to do more. Okay, let's see. And quite a few of you said that you wanted at least 1 live stream a week, and launched a suggestion about kind of breaking things up a little bit. Debbie really does need sleep, Patrice. She really does. So, yeah. So there, you guys, a lot of you came up with the same kinds of things that I'm kind of pulling out of this now, that said, give us more variety, give us Craftaganza style videos, the show and tell sort of videos, give us live stream, let us socially interact. You absolutely, one of your favorites is What's New Wednesday. That was very clear that everybody said What's New Wednesday has to stay in this format. There were about 2 or 3 people who preferred the old format because it was faster and they didn't particularly like chat. But most of you said, keep What's New Wednesday exactly like it is, but break off Margie Makes. Because you're taking something that was a perfect length and making it too long now, but we want Margie Makes, we just want it separate. So that's what we're going to do. when talking about what times and when, I need to spend a little bit more time thinking about that. The way you surprised me in the times was how many people said you wanted it later than it is now. The live streams to run in the evening, your time, as opposed to hitting over the dinner hour. I thought you guys would probably be vying for the earlier we can get going, the better. And what I heard from you, I did hear that from a few who said start at 8 a.m. our time. I think you laughed at me when you said that. I'm pretty sure you were laughing when you said it. But there were some of you who said, spread them out, give us some in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. But the majority of responses, at least I need to do some hash marks and some tallying on that one, but the majority that surprised me said, Patrice is saying just to a 24/7 channel. When you need a nap, Teddy can take over. Yeah, but a fair number of you said move them into the evenings further. I'm afraid we'll lose part of our people entirely if I go too much later, though. So, you know, that's a touchy one because I don't want to upset the apple cart, and yet I want to be responsive. So maybe some of the extra features, you know, maybe we will be able to help that somewhat with the anytime features like Margie's Makes will be, because those are not going to be live streamed. They're just going to pop up out there. And we'll have a couple of them a month. So it was interesting to me, the responses to the discussion, the discussion of techniques rather than demonstration like we do in the Craftaganza video. This was interesting because 65% of you said you found those to be very useful. And another 21% said they're somewhat useful. So I add those up. That's what, 86%. That's a huge percentage of you said that's a useful format. And again, that's how I get things into an hour. I really don't care one way or the other. Really translated when I read the comments into, I don't know what the heck you're talking about with Craftaganza. Have I ever seen one? I don't know. Have you? I don't know your terminology. What are you talking about here? So, if you don't do each video the way I want, I'm just going to go away and pout. Let's see what else was here. Have you purchased? I love this one. I have to tell you, you guys made my heart sing with this one. We said, have you purchased video class kits from Simply Special Crafts? And 57% of you said yes. The others said no. And then we went down and we asked, did you find the video class kit to be a good value? 69. Now, I need to say that some people answered about the value of the kit, even though they had not purchased one, based on having seen them online. Now, why would they do that and not buy them? Because again, we've got our international customers and others kind of mixed in there who don't have equal access to that. So 69% said they're a very good value for the price. Another 15% of you said they're generally a good value. 14% said they're undecided. Those were people, when I traced the answers back, who'd never bought one, so they can't decide whether it's a good value or not. And 2 people said not a good value. Those are the 2 who, it doesn't matter who was presenting and what we were presenting. If I was giving them away, they wouldn't be a good value. So that's okay. You always have to have a little bit of that. But if I add those up, 79, 84% of you said these are a good value. That's huge, huge. That's an enormous number for a positive response on the survey. And then in the comments, you guys went on to talk about The only reason I haven't purchased them is because I'm in Canada and my shipping is too expensive. The only reason I haven't purchased them is because I'm in, Italy and I can't get it. I love that there was a comment over and over and over again about giving us that you like the idea that we gave you samples of products that you don't normally get to try. And then once you've tried it, whether or not that's a product you would use and whether you want to make the investment. There were lots of people who commented about that. A lot of you also commented on the fact that it can be overwhelming to start into a new project. So just to be able to sit down, crack open your class kit and have basically everything you need is just fun and no stress. And that's the way I want it to be. So that one really, really made me happy. Newsletters. Sometimes I wondered if people really read the newsletters. Well, you are reading the newsletters. Yes, you do. 81 people, 67%, said the newsletters are highly useful and I watch for them to come out. Another 27% of you said that the newsletters are somewhat useful. I look at them frequently. That is, 67, 84, 94, if my math is right. 94% of you said our newsletters are useful. Hi, Lizzie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you there. Yeah, for any company, and I don't care what company, anywhere, for them to be able to say 94% of their people say that the newsletters are useful, that's a huge percentage. And then you add in the occasional opens, which was another 2%. 96% of you said the newsletters are useful. The other four of you had some question or concern about not getting the newsletter. That's virtually 100% response said, do the newsletters and keep doing exactly what you're doing. Although you did want more added because, I don't need sleep. We've already ascertained that. Check all the features you want to see. There were... you obviously want the video links. You obviously want the product links. Product links was the number 2 response. The number 1 response is you'd like to see us begin to incorporate some tips, tricks, and templates into the newsletters now and again.
You can hire Teddy. He's available.
Yeah, I can hire Teddy, yeah. Let's see. Community happenings was unimportant to you.
Diane says sleep is overrated.
Well, sleep's overrated. Yeah. Community happenings, you guys didn't care about adding that. Questions and answers you weren't particularly interested in. Coupons, big deal to you. Offers and coupons, sales. You like your sales. You want your sales. Like I said, the tips, tricks, and techniques, the subscriber stories and community makes. Now, this is an interesting one because those of you who responded really early to the survey all said, yes, we want this. We want subscriber stories. We want, stories about our community. We want people's work featured. And then it just dropped off after the first few. And so we ended up with just 26% of the people saying that those subscriber stories were important. So I think right now we had talked about doing some profiles on customers, and I'd still like to do that at some time, but I'm going to move that back in the priority list. And I'm going to say, Teddy will do work for treats. I'm going to move that back in the order of priority, and instead I'm going to go out and just kind of search for some quick ideas, quick tips of the day kind of thing to drop into the newsletters. I actually have quite a number of those backed up. I just hadn't used them. And dropping in an occasional template, the pattern for something, that kind of thing, so that we can. I'm not sure if I'm still on the air or not. So, oh, yeah, I am.
I don't know what happened.
That was weird. You guys still with me? Did we go blank for a second? Everybody hear me okay? Okay, good. All right. I've learned not to stop talking and assume that I'm off the air. We just lost it for a second. The camera went away, but we're here. Okay. All right. Nope, you can't hear me? Yes, you are? No, yes, you hear me? Okay. All right, good. All right. So again, the subscriber, the guest stories and things we talked about doing, I'm moving that to the back burner. And what I'm going to move up is the techniques. You got still for a moment. Okay, not here. If you were gone, it was while I blinked. Okay, good. All right. And then here's my overall favorite response of everything. This isn't your favorite. Your favorite's going to be, did I win a prize? But my favorite, my absolute favorite answer to the entire survey is, please indicate your satisfaction with Simply Special Crafts. The response, love this little business, they're my favorite, got 84%. I do need to say that I meant to make you choose which one of these. I put it in as a checkbox, so we have more than 100% here. The next box was happy customer, I'll probably shop again, was 24%. So out of 117 respondents, 117? No, 121. Out of 121 responses, we had 132 in the first two comments. That is over 100% of our customers think we are incredible. And 84% of you said we're your favorite. Thank you. You're my favorite too. Oh my gosh. That was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And your comments at the end were fabulous. Just like I like the thumbs up, the comments that you guys made about our little business and the way we strive to satisfy just meant the world to me. So you gave me great information to work with. We're going to make some changes in our formats a little bit. Nothing that you're going to miss. I think in the greater scheme of things, I think it will be an enhancement to everybody. And I really, really appreciate the time you took. Now, let's talk about who won. Here we go. First 30 people in. Let me see if I can say all these names. I hope so. If I struggle, I apologize, but I'm just going to tell you, then I'll post your money after. The $5 winners were Susan Whipperman, who was the very first person to put in a survey, Darlene Cook, Michelle Peters, Angela Andrews, Nicole Douthit, Christy Rose, Susan Walkup, Twyla Price, Latricia Huckabee, BF Brantley at Comcast, Betty Gosel, Mary Roberson, Edith Parks, Anna Fulham. I got to look this one. I got to look this one up because it says thank you, where it should have had a name, but I think I have an email address. I hope so. If I don't, then I'll move down and pick up one more person. Josephine Novak, Emma Hubble, JLW Maker, Valerie Bregan, Breigan, Sharon Petrahudoff, Perehudoff, Marianne Kiefer, Patricia Masters, Zoe Sessler, Ruth Ann Walls, Tom Gringus, Tracy Neal, and Regina Moore, Marjorie Seacamp, Alice Lindsay, Patricia Meehan, Carol Dorvac, and just in case that one turns out not to be a legitimate email address, I'm going to go down one more on the list, and the one that gets added in, who would be next, to just make sure we round out and we do everything I said I was going to do. Mary Thomas, you are now in the group. So you guys are all getting $5 credits to your account. If you don't currently have an account, I'll use the email address that you provided and I will send a $5 gift card. And the $50 winner is, drumroll please, Nancy Fanning. Won $50. Let me tell you about my methodology. It was absolutely fair. I copied the names and times right out of the survey. I dropped them into a spreadsheet, and then I saw how many names I had. I went to a randomizer program on the computer. I said, give me a random number between 1 and this number of the total respondents, and it picked out the number, and that corresponded to Nancy Fanning. So Nancy Fanning gets a $50 gift card. And again, you guys have given me a nice gift by giving me some great information, some good kudos, and I very, very much appreciate your participation. Do you guys have any questions about anything we've talked about? Comments, pearls of wisdom? We do need to talk about Britt's bargains. I have a couple things we're doing. One, I'm putting out a newsletter here after a while, and that newsletter will have that will include Margie's Makes. So I'm doing some special prices on some of the products that Margie featured in Margie Makes. I'm leaving the Nouveau up for one more week. That's continued to be super popular. So I'm going to leave that up for one more week. And for this week only, I'm going to put all of the class kits that are currently in prior class kits, not the ones that we're doing right this minute. Those are in the current class kits, but we have that prior class kits category. They're all going to be on sale for 20% off. So that's a really, I don't know if you know how we have already discounted those when we put the kits together. They're already discounted fairly substantially, in some cases over retail, but I'm going to take an additional 20% off of class kits. It's not going to show there yet, so give me a few minutes to put it in there. But within it, you can start shopping in an hour or so, and I'll have those specials put in for you. They'll all be in the Britt's Bargain category. And yes, actually, give me an hour, Mary R. And yes, the Classic Roses kit will be going in. Now, I'm not going retro to when you purchased it. If you didn't purchase it, if it was before the time of this broadcast, I'm not reaching back, but there's going to be a whole bunch of class kits that go on sale for a really, really good deal. So that should be fun for you for this week. I am so looking forward to doing our class for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun. Just a very quick, brief look again at what we are going to begin creating tomorrow. This is for our stamping class. Woohoo! Oh, these are great fun. I'm going to teach you how to do some of this actually using your stamp platform. So that's going to be great fun. I do have some more samples here somewhere. Oh yeah, here's another one of my stamp class cards. We're not creating the actual cards tomorrow. We are going to create our background papers and our stamped images tomorrow. Next week, we will begin putting together our cards. Now, just a word about tomorrow's class. One, it's almost sold out. Two, you are if you want to add this soon, because it is gonna sell out pretty quick. Secondly, in order to use tomorrow's kit, you need to have the Saturday kit. You can do the Saturday kit without tomorrow's, but you have to have the Saturday kit in order to be able to do tomorrow's. Does that make sense? So if you want to do the Thursday class, you have to have Thursday and Saturday. If you want to have the Saturday only, you can do that. But we're relying on materials out of the Saturday kit in order to be able to do everything we're going to do tomorrow night. That makes sense? Clear as mud? Is it clear as mud, guys? I want to show you some of what we're doing. It's just unbelievable. It's so beautiful. Look here. This one's not put together yet, but you can see where we're going. This is that little scrap I told you that I'd made out of the Stickles gel. Look at the background I made for that. Gorgeous. These will be some that will be created. Now, the dies are not included in the Saturday class. They're going to be in the card construction class. Again, tomorrow, we're going to be making the papers. Tomorrow and Saturday, we're going to make our background papers. We're going to do the different techniques on acetate and other things. And then next week, you'll have a separate class kit that will include your papers and layering elements and any embellishments that we use for the construction of the actual cards. This week is the background papers, the acetate, the paste, the glue, the cardstocks that we're going to use. I'm giving you actual watercolor paper for this because I want it to have just a little bit more substance. I'm trying to get everything that we can to what was I going to say? Oh, to make this a really successful venture for you because it's so much fun. They're just beautiful. And this cutting die will be included in your card kit, as well as I wanted just a simple element to go along with this because I really want the backgrounds to be the star of the show. But I did want to show you die cutting from our background papers too. So you're also going to get the little butterflies in your class kit.
Is the card kit?
In the card kit.
Already up?
No, but it will be soon. I'm still, Roberta, putting up just the last few. In fact, tonight I'm going to work on making a few more cards and deciding exactly which ones will be in the kits. So These are just, this is using one of the stencils in your kit. And this is using another of the stencils in your kit. This is just a super rich kit. I know it's costs a little more than some that we do, but it's because it's worth every dime because there's so much good stuff in there. So you're just going to have a blast. You're not going to believe how fun it is. Be here tomorrow, 4 p.m. for stamping class. We'll get started on this venture. And unless there's any other questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to say good night, Gracie. Okay, I think we're good to go. See you guys tomorrow.